So what is it that you do for your clients or your patients that actually makes you stand out? How do you say thank you to your loyal raving fans, the people that actually bring you the most amount of business? When things go wrong, they're the ones that forgive you straight away and actually use it as a way to help build your business. They're the ones that will work with you through thick and thin. How do you say thank you? How can you take a really potentially bad situation and make it into a great one? I've had a really interesting scenario this afternoon, literally in the last 2 hours, and I'm going to talk you through it right now and show how you can take a raving fan, thank the loyal people, and turn a massive negative into a massive positive. Let's go and do it right now. Okay, so here I am. For those on the video watching this, I'm sitting by the pool, a little bit of fading light here in Perth. Was meant to be halfway back to Sydney by now. Been here for a couple of weeks with the family. Got to the airport this afternoon and grab a feed, have a beer, get ourselves prepped in the Qantas Club, and we're about to leave. And we got told we were boarding. We leave the Qantas Club, we go downstairs, get to the gate, and we find that the gate hasn't actually officially started boarding, and they're there ready to go. Doors are closed, people are lining up, and we're left there for about 10 minutes waiting for a few things. They've apparently got a bit of an engineering thing that's gone on with the plane, and they're just looking to rectify things. They're waiting on someone else in the airport to come across and have a bit of a look at the plane. So what ends up happening is, and you can probably hear a little bit of background noise from the hotel that I'm at the moment, and you probably now know the situation and the story that goes along with this, is that we then have the flight cancelled. So the engineering, they needed to fix something up. It was going to take until tomorrow morning to get that fixed, so they had to actually cancel the flight. Now, that becomes a right royal inconvenience for most people, or for some people, and it can be a downright pain in the backside. Let's be completely honest about it. So everyone's like, oh no, and pretty much they just turn around and say, all right, the business customers and the platinums can go across here to this desk, and everyone else has to go to the sales desk, and everything gets taken care of. Now, fortunately for me, and a huge amount of gratitude for myself to Qantas right about now, is these things do happen, but I'm fortunate enough to be in that situation where going and joining the Platinum Frequent Flyer line with only about 20 other people. And the business customers were there. We were just traveling in economy because I've got all the kids and things like that with me as well this time. And basically what we were able to do is within under 15 minutes, okay? So from the time we went and did that, got down there, they went and actually collected our bags for us, brought our bags over to us, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Everyone else was lining up. And as a net result, it normally takes about 2 hours to get through that process when you've got a big 737 or 747 that needs that amount of clients to be allocated taxi vouchers, allocated hotel vouchers, finding out rooms and things like that. Getting all of that takes them hours. What they did, and this is actually the second time that's actually happened to me, is they actually take the platinums, their raving fans, the people that are loyal to their brand, take them off to the side, they look after them. We don't get a little hotel voucher, we don't get a little taxi voucher, we don't have to go into the carousel and get our own bags and then also go and line up for 2 hours, etc. They actually bring our bags to us. They actually turn around and give us a prepaid credit card. It doesn't have a PIN number. You literally take that card, swipe it in any taxis. They have rooms organised for you straight away. So they take you straight down to the hotel. They give you $50 per person for dinner. So in our situation, having 3 kids and 2 adults, we got $250 to spend for dinner, which is pretty decent, let's be honest. I've got some birds flying around for the night as it's starting to get a little bit dark here. Thanks, birds. Just trying to, cut a podcast here. But here's the thing. What Qantas did today was fantastic. They looked after their loyal fans. They looked after their raving fans. They rewarded the people that were, not only did they actually look after all their clients, all their customers, but they really went above and beyond for all of their loyal raving fans. They turn to us and give us an actual credit card with prepaid that's not going to be denied. They say to us, use it for your taxis, use it at the, to validate your room. We'll have everything done on the room. You don't have to worry about anything, etc. It's all taken care of. If there's any other incidentals, pop it onto there. And obviously use it within reason. In other words, don't go out to a bloody bar and a strip club and rack up hundreds of dollars. Don't go to the local, DFO outlet and go nuts and spend it all on them, because they know who you are. They will hit you up. But the fact is, they make it easy. They turn around and say, hey, you know what? We respect what you do with our brand and who you are. We want to say thank you. It's our inconvenience to you, and we're going to make it better. But not only make it better as all their clients get made better too, but they're going to go above and beyond for their loyal fans, for their raving fans, and the people that are their brand ambassadors in many respects. And so what I wanted to be able to tell you about in that is, and probably more so the question I wanted to be able to pose is, what do you do in your health business that says that to your loyal fans, your raving fans, the people that are most loyal to your brand, the ones that are always engaging with you on social media, the people that are always referring their family and friends, the ones that go above and beyond to always proactively come and see you. They get a little bit of a niggle, they come and see you because they don't want to have to go through a full rehab situation. Now, not every business, but most businesses, unless you're doing the wrong thing, will have a certain number of raving fans, a certain amount of very loyal clients or customers or patients that will be like the platinum frequent flyers are to Qantas today. So here's the thing. When things go wrong in your business, not if, because it happens to all of us, as a motorcyclist decides to drive right past and rev his engine. So here's the thing, right? When it goes wrong in your business, because it happens to all of us, let's not kid ourselves, it happens to the best of us. We have something go wrong. There's a double booking. Someone's sick at 7 o'clock in the morning, they had an 8 o'clock appointment, and you have to create the diary, with chaos and get around those things. They might have been putting things in place and changes to their own work or what they're doing with their kids, etc., to make that appointment, and basically shit hits the fan. So what is it that you're going to be able to do for your highest level of clients, the ones that are most loyal to you, the raving fans, the ones that do everything to help out at any point in time when things potentially go a little bit wrong in your business? That's what we want to know about your business right now. Now, you don't have to tell me, obviously, but it is really crucial that we look after that top 5 or 10% of clients, probably up to about the top 20. Because we know the 80-20 rules in place here. You're going to get 80% of your business from the 20% of your top clients, or the top referrers, or the referral channels and referral partners, etc. So what do you do to always say thank you in the first place? But let's go one step further. What happens when something doesn't quite go right, when something doesn't quite fit to your model, to your customer experience that you should be putting out there? I want you to think really hard about that right now, because Qantas have identified the fact that we want to make this clean and simple and easy. They've identified the fact that we don't want our most valued clients lining up for 1 or 2 hours. We want them to be able to get their bags from, let's bring them their bags. Let's not even make them wait for their bags on the carousel. Let's bring the bags to them. Secondly, let's make sure they have a separate line so they feel valued. Let's make sure we get them in and get them out. And in under 15 minutes, we were the 6th ones in line. But in under 15 minutes from when the flight was cancelled, we were actually walking out of the airport with a credit card, prepaid credit card in hand. We didn't have to sign off documents. We didn't have to, wait in line for an hour or two. We didn't have to try and quibble over bits and pieces. They literally said, we know who you are. We trust you. We respect you. We want to say thank you. We want to apologize for what's gone on. Here's cabs are outside, use this, tap this, you'll have $250 on your account there for your dinner, etc. Your breakfasts are already included. They make it easy. We literally walk straight out into a cab down the road and it's all taken care of. That is class. That is saying sorry to your most loyal fans. That is making a really great situation out of a potentially negative one. Now, I understand that there's a lot of people that are going to be there for an hour or two afterwards, waiting, going, this sucks, or I've missed this, or I've missed that. You know what? Sometimes things happen. They will all get their hotel paid for, they'll get taxi vouchers and things like that. It's just going to be a little bit more clunky through that process. And that's no different to our health business. Quite often it might be a little bit clunky. There might be some inconveniences. There might be a few things that don't quite go right that people still aren't happy about in that situation. But it's not just about looking after them. What are you doing for those top 10 or 20% of people that are your high referrers, that are your loyal customers, the ones that bring you more business than anyone else? Not just, oh yeah, they've seen me once and 2 years ago they saw me and then they sent their child, last week, etc. What are the ones that are always out there looking after you, that are putting your name forward at every opportunity? The ones that are constantly going out there and selling your service and your brand and your name. The ones that are bringing all their family to us all the time. The ones that don't quibble over when you turn around and say, hey, I need to see you 3 times next week because of blah, blah, blah. The ones that are actually out there engaging with you, building your expertise, building your authority, creating social proof. The raving fans that love you no matter what. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm a big fan of Qantas. I always have been for a long time. They've always looked after me. This is the second time in a lot of years of flying and a lot of domestic and international travel that this has happened to myself. Now, that's unlucky, that's unfortunate, but you know what? They do the right thing, they help out, they always look after me. I have, everything from priority bookings and seats and, going into the lounges and all these type of things, obviously, and priority boarding lines and all these type of scenarios. But the real proof and the real aspect of loyalty for raving fans like myself just got demonstrated this afternoon. What they did when things went wrong. Not just when things go right, but when things go wrong. How do you look after those people and say, we're sorry, and not only are we going to say sorry and make it up to you, but we're going to go above and beyond and try and create an extra special situation out of a negative so that the right things will be happening to you above and beyond. As a net result, it's not ideal. I got my option of 4 different flights tomorrow. I've got all of that paid for. I've got, like I said, under 15 minutes, all the hotels, all the bits and pieces done and taken care of. That is looking after them. That has me right now going, you know what? Hey, sucks that I'm not home to be able to see my dog tonight. And I'm lucky that my family are with me in this situation. So we're all okay. The kids are in the pool. In fact, they're just in the pool. They've just gone to get ready. We're going to go and have dinner. I've already had 2 beers. I've got an empty beer glass here that you can see on the video. And I'm going to enjoy a nice night with my family, get the right things done and get some work done in the morning and get on a plane, and everything's going to be great from there. Great experience, great recovery from a really potentially dicey situation from Qantas. So Qantas did the right thing by me. I'm a loyal fan, I'm a raving fan, and I love them even more because I know how they look after people, not only in all the right situations, but when things go wrong as well. So again, what do you do in your business? Not just to say thank you regularly, not just to make sure that you help them out when things are going right, buy them the bottle of wine and those type of things, but when something goes wrong, what can you do, not just to say sorry and make it up to them, but to go above and beyond in that situation? That's the test, real test of not just a good business, but a great business that's prepared to go that next step. And that's what I want you to think about right now with your business moving forward. What is it that you're going to be able to do that's going to go, not just be a good business, but a great business? How do you go above and beyond and absolutely knock their socks off? Because that's the difference between a good health business and an absolutely game-changing, life-changing, great health business. That's all from me. I'm going to go and grab a nice pork belly that's been ordered for me, have another beer, have a good night with my family. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers for now. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.